Hello, visuals, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week, where we talk about would you rather lose your legs or lose your arms? That's always been a debate that's been brought up in schools, colleges, workplaces for years, all around the world. What would you rather lose? Let me know. Not really, we're here to talk about Pokemon, but more importantly, stuff in Pokemon games that really fucking irritate me, like the title suggests. It's sort of moments or patches in games where you're like, I can't be bothered with this bit. I don't think this is a me thing. I'm fairly certain near enough every game that everybody plays, even your favourites like the Batman games for me example, there's always moments or certain bits in every game that we have a go on where you're like, I love this game so much, I'm going to replay it, and then you go, fuck, I forgot about this bit, does my head in, quickly get rid of it, over and done with it, then I can carry on back at having fun. And I think it's, like I said, you guys will have the same for whether it be Pokemon Black or Pokemon X or Sun and Moon. There'll be certain moments with your favourite Pokemon games and you're like, I love this game so much, but I can't be bothered with that one bit. I just wanted to do a nice little countdown of 5 to 1 of my least favourite things I like to do in different Pokemon games, or the bits that really, I think what's the best way to title it? Things that annoy me in some Pokemon games. We'll figure out the title when we upload. Hopefully you get what I mean, and hopefully you can let me know yours in the comments below. Tell me which Pokemon game, or any game in general if you want, I don't mind. But which Pokemon game you love, like your favourite one, but the one part from that game that does your fucking tits in every time you have to do it. Because I'm fairly certain everybody will have at least one bit. It might not be as extreme, it might be like, it doesn't really bother us too much, but yeah, it's a little bit, ugh. So just let me know in the comments below. Okay, I need to know. Or am I just going mental? Number 5, because there's not actually that many things in the world of Pokemon that really do my head in. But number 5, I've put so far down the list because I kind of think it's my fault. I think I've given myself false memories of it. But I recently done Legends Arceus again a month or so ago. Why did I deflated for a sec? About a month or so ago. And it's the Enamorus encounter. Now I remember the first time I encountered Enamorus, I had the worst time of my life. I think I was just being really shit at playing the game. I think I lost all comprehension, if that's the right word, of what the buttons were or what I do here. The little tornadoes going everywhere. She's flying about like a lunatic. I made it so difficult on myself. I went back and played Legends Arceus, got to the Enamorus bit, and I thought, I really can't bother doing this again. It felt like it was a stressful nightmare the first time. Why am I doing it again? But the second time definitely wasn't as bad. That's why I put her at the bottom of the list, because I feel a bit bad on her because it's a bit of my fault. But yeah, number 5 on the list is the Enamorus counter on Legends Arceus. Let me know in the comments below if you had issues with that first time around. Or is it just me being a fucking idiot? A sort of soft one, but it's Routes 216 and Routes 217 in the lovely Sinnoh region. Now it's the snowy shenanigans, right? I will say, it looks like awesome, and, you know, the Pokemon you can find up there are great. But there's something, because when I play Pokemon, I'm very OCD. I like to talk to everybody. I like to clear off every NPC. I don't know why. It's how I've always played the games as an autistic, fucking OCD little weirdo that I am. So when I get to areas, I like to clear everywhere and make sure I've seen everybody and I've done all this shit. I've got all items I possibly can and that. And every time I do it in these Sinnoh games, when I replay them, I go, I can't be bothered with that, because there's something about the blizzard coming down and the bright white of the snow that really irritates me, and it really does my head in. And before we start the long climb, I always think, oh, here we fucking go again. And it's just like a little dread, but like 10 minutes later, we've cleared, we're done, we're out, we're doing our thing in Snowpoint City, whatever. And the game's carrying on, we're continued. But yeah, them routes have always done my head in. The top 3 where it really does start to get like, I can't be bothered with this. But number 3, it's the Team Rocket stuff in Gen 2. Not so much all of it, but a lot of it. Like the secret hideout and whatnot, the different sensors. You hit the sensors and it's like rocket member after rocket member after rocket member, and the battles are so uninteresting and so not very unique, and it's like, oh my god, give me a fucking break. The storyline for the rockets inside of the Johto stuff, you know, gold, silver, crystal and that, are absolutely fantastic. I've got no issue with the story, but the things you have to do that involve Rocket to complete it have always been a bit of a, moment for me. Like, I'll go to myself, let's redo gold. I'll be sat there chilling, like, I've got all my games done, I'm up to date with everything I need to watch. Let's play some Pokemon Gold. Go on, choose my starter, start playing and go, oh, fuck, we got to do the Team Rocket stuff, haven't we? And it always puts a little bit of like, should we carry on? Can we be bothered? But we still do it because we love the game so much. We still carry on. But yeah, the Team Rocket stuff's always done my head in a Gen 2. Gen 1 was enough. The shit that happens in that is probably fine. But in Generation 2, there's just a lot of just, like I said, it's like the secret hideout and that, and then battles. Every time that, a new person comes and you've gone through a center, yes, there's some you can avoid and whatnot. But again, like I said before, because I'm a fucking OCD twat, I have to talk to everybody and do every possible battle. I have to fucking make sure I do everyone. And it just does my head in, and I can't be bothered. And it's actually making me feel tired thinking about it now. At least you can go into cruise control when you do the Team Rocket stuff, though. Then the teams aren't usually fantastic. A lot of Raticates and whatnot. And you just come out and, yeah, done. On to the next sensors now. But it is a little bit tedious. Ready for the biggest meme in the world of Pokemon. Oh, and I'm also going to contradict myself somewhat in this thingy. But IGN. We've got lovely IGN and we've got too much water. So was it 7.8 or 7.6? Too much water. I would have to agree. All right, okay. I love water. I love the depths. Also, my biggest fear, I love exploring. I love being able to dive underneath and explore the water. But by fucking God, it does feel like it's taken a lifetime when you redo the Hino? What the fucking region is Hino? The Hoenn stuff. And you have to go through all the water. And like I've just said, at the sake of repeating myself, I'm a fucking OCD twat. I have to find every trainer. I have to go to every dive spot. I have to do everything. And it feels like it's the biggest portion of the game ever when I'm constantly going for, okay, we dive here, back up, water, dive here, back there. Get me out of the fucking water, and then we get to the bits further down where you've got to do all the it's got all the rapids and the waves, and you traverse through there, and you're like, oh my God, just end. So, although I love the exploration of it, and I love finding what Pokemon are down there, and, the whole story, if you're going for Kyogre and shit, and there's, all the water and whatnot, it looks nice, but Jesus Christ, it's so tedious to traverse, whatever the word is. And I'm going, and James, I'm sorry, I know you're going to be in the comments saying, you fat knobhead, I know you love the Hoenn games, and I do really like the Hoenn stuff, and I appreciate that your first games, and there's some your true loves in the world of Pokemon. I'm not mocking the games or anything, and I'm not even giving them hate. It's just too much water, mate. For me, there is too much water. IGN got it right. The biggest meme ever in Pokemon. Number 1. Oh my God. I think this is another one that stems back from being a kid and playing it. But wow, this does my fucking head in. There's a lot of routes to say. Well, there's not a lot. There's like 4 or 5. Are we ready, visuals? Generation 1, Kanto. It's routes 15, 14, 13, and 12. The whole sort of like southeast, southeast and east sort of sectors and areas of the Kanto map. Oh my God, this is another one that just feels tedious and boring, because you'll come down, obviously you come down, you meet your first Snorlax and whatnot, you can't get out that way, but you can carry on the right, and you're heading towards Fuchsia City. You're going down, there's fishermen and fishermen and fishermen. Okay, no worries. You get to the corner bit. All right, we've got a few bird keepers. We've got the bit in the middle with like all the fencing and shit. You get through there and like, oh my God, we do got more battles going here. Then you get a bit further down. You got a couple of bikers and a couple of like ladies and whatever they are and stuff. And then you go across, you're about to get to Fuchsia City, and you got more people. And you're like, oh my God, just want to get to the next town. It's definitely the most clustered amount of trainers in Kanto in a single sort of thing. And I know the whole point of the game is to battle and to train and do all this kind of stuff. But by golly, when I'm halfway down, I'm always thinking, just fuck off. And again, sorry I'm repeating myself. I like to complete everything. I like to speak to everyone. I like to do every battle. But it's like the one like hurdle, like before I do it, I'll go have a quick fag. I'll get a new coffee and I'll go, Right, come on, let's get this over and done with, and you go through and you do your battle, 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 and then you're like, oh my god, we fucking finally got to here. It just feels like it takes forever to get round that bottom corner and stuff, and it's just such a nightmare, just trainer after trainer after trainer. Because, like, Victory Roads never feel like they have, like, too many, and that's, like, in a small cave and shit. Even the cycle path doesn't feel like it's overly stacked with trainers. There doesn't really feel like, top of my head thinking now, an area that's like over the top stack. There are some, like Nugget Bridge and then up that sort of way towards Bill's house. It's got a few, but that feels like it's the most stacked and the most fucking annoying and definitely the most tedious. There we go, visuals. I think that's 5, isn't it? We've done Enamorous, the roots, too much water, the rocket stuff, and yeah, more roots. But yes, visuals, there are my 5 most annoying / tedious things I have to do in Pokemon games. But let me know if you agree, visuals. Is there too much water for you? Do you like the amount of rocket battles? Am I just being very picky and whatever? I don't know. It's just tedious stuff. It's not just Pokemon. Every game has them. I'm sure your other favourite games, whether it be from fucking, I don't know, the world of Call of Duty to Diablo, fuck knows. I'm sure you've got your own thoughts and opinions in games and stuff you've got to do and whatnot, but visuals, more importantly. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Moves keep being you and keep on keeping on. Tell me what annoys you in some Pokemon games.